The big room was full of strange beings from all over space. Some had scales, some had fur, some had too many eyes, some had no eyes at all. They sat in seats made for all kinds of body shapes. They all came from different stars, different worlds, different ways of life, but they all shared one thing. They all felt scared of the humans. Captain Deho stood tall, his black uniform clean and neat. His face showed no emotion as he looked at the odd creatures who ruled the stars for thousands of years. He did not smile. He did not frown. He just watched and waited. The humans only joined the group of space people 200 years ago. That was not long for most aliens who lived for hundreds or even thousands of years to them. Humans were just babies, just new, just different. The big alien in the middle seat had skin that looked like metal. It caught the light and made colors like oil on water. This was High Leader Kotu, who spoke for all the aliens. Kotu lifted a long, thin arm, and the room got quiet. All eyes and sensing organs turned to look at the human group. "We called this meeting because humans are growing too fast," Kotu said, with a voice that sounded like rocks falling. His words came out of a small machine that made alien speech into human. Words: you make weapons too strong, you build ships too fast, you take too many new planets. Jiwoo stood next to Deho. She was second in command. Her black hair was tied back tight. Her eyes showed nothing, but inside she felt angry. These aliens always treated humans like they were bad, like they were wrong just for being good at making things. The alien meeting hall was made of strange, clear stone that changed colors. It was big enough to hold beings from 300 different star groups all. These aliens looked down on humans, treated them like children. Humans need to follow rules. Kotu said, "You must show us all your science labs. You must let us check your ships. You must stop making new weapons. You must stop taking new planets." Deho looked at the alien group, his face still calm, his voice level when he spoke. "You ask too much," he said. "We came to space to be free, to grow, to learn. We did not come to be told what to do." Kotu made a sound like water boiling. The other aliens all started talking at once. Some made sounds humans could not even hear. Some glowed with colors. Some released smells to show they were upset. Taeyeon, the human group safety officer, watched the aliens carefully. Her hand never far from her sidearm, her eyes never still. She did not trust these aliens, never had. "We have rules for safety," Kotu said after the noise died down. "All species follow these rules for the good of all space." Deho looked at Jiwoo. They had talked about this many times in private. They knew what the aliens really wanted. They wanted to keep humans weak. They feared what humans might become. For 200 years, humans tried to be friends. Deho said, "But you always treat us like we are dangerous. You always watch us. You always limit us." Some aliens in the room moved in ways that showed they agreed. Some humans had made friends in space. Not all aliens feared them. Some saw how humans could help make things better for all. The small green alien named Vix stood up. Vix was from a world of deep oceans. His skin was wet and shiny. He had been a friend to humans. "Humans helped my people cure a sickness that was killing us." Vix said they shared medicine. They asked nothing back. "They are not bad." Kotu waved a metal arm to make Vix sit down. "This is not about good or bad. This is about rules," he said. "Humans move too fast, change too much. We cannot allow this." Deho felt a deep tiredness come over him. The same words, the same fears. For so many years, humans try to help, humans try to share, humans try to be part of this big space family, but always they hit this wall of fear. Jiwoo stepped forward, her voice strong. "You say we are too different," she said, "but that is why we should be welcome. Different ways of thinking. Help everyone. Grow. You fear what you do not understand." A tall blue alien with 4 arms stood up. "Humans made weapons that could destroy whole worlds," it said, its voice like bells ringing. "Humans made ships that can go to places we cannot follow. Humans change too fast. We cannot trust what we cannot predict." Deho looked across the room at all the alien faces. He saw fear in most of them, and he knew then what he had suspected for years. They would never accept humans as equals. They would always try to hold humans back. "We will think about your words," Deho said. "Finally, we will talk again tomorrow." As the human group left the big hall, Taeyeon moved close to Deho. They will never change their minds, she said quietly. They decided long before we came here, Deho. Nodded once quick and small, it is time to talk to Earth. He said we need to make the big decision. The humans went back to their own building on the space station. It was smaller than the other alien buildings. Humans were still new, still not given. The same space or rights. Inside the human building, people worked fast at screens and computers. They had been ready for this day. They had been planning for this day. Dai-Ho went to the secure room deep inside the building. The walls there could not be listened through. No alien tech could spy on what happened there. Sang-Min, the human fleet commander, appeared on the big screen. His face serious. Is it time, he asked Ho looked at Jiwoo and Tae-Yan, then back at the screen. Start moving the ships. He said quiet. They must not know. Start telling our people to get ready, on the screen. Sang-Min nodded once, then the screen went dark. Jiwoo looked out the small window at the busy space station. Aliens of all kinds moved about their lives. They had no idea what humans were planning. Do you think we are doing the right thing, she asked Ho stood beside her, looking out at the aliens that would never trust humans, would never see them as equals. They gave us no choice. He said we tried for 200 years. We tried to be part of their group. We tried to follow their rules, but they keep changing the rules. They keep moving the line. Tae-Yan joined them, her face hard with anger. They fear us because we grow. We learn. We build. She said they fear us because we do in years what takes them lifetimes. Outside, the window lights from ships coming and going lit up the darkness of space. Each light a different world, a different people, none of them human. None of them understanding what it meant to be from Earth. We gave them so many chances, Daeho said. We helped them. We shared with them. We saved them from sickness, from hunger, from war, and still they fear us. Jiwoo nodded slowly. The plan is in motion now. She said there is no going back. Daeho turned from the window, his mind made up, his path clear. Tomorrow we will show them what it means when humans walk away. He said tomorrow we will show them what they lose when they push us too far. The three humans stood in the quiet room, making the biggest choice in human history, ready to change the stars forever. Outside, the alien space station turned slowly. The stars beyond it, cold and bright. None of the aliens knew yet, but everything was about to change. Humans were done trying to fit in. Humans were done being afraid. Humans were done asking for a place at the table. Tomorrow they would walk away and the galaxy would watch in fear, wondering what humans would do next. The human building was full of light and movement. Even though it was the middle of space night, people worked at screens and talked in low voices, moving with purpose. Everyone knew something big was happening. Daeho sat at the head of the big table. In the meeting room, his face tired but his eyes sharp. The room was filled with the top human leaders, all of them waiting for his words. All of them ready for what must come next. Jiwoo entered the room carrying a small device. She placed it on the table, and a big map of stars filled the air above them, showing all the places where humans lived, all the colonies, all the ships, all the stations. We are here, Daeho said, pointing to a bright spot that was the Alien Council space station, and we need to go here. He moved his hand to a far part of the map where few stars shined, where no aliens had claimed space. Taeyeon looked at the map, her eyes narrow with thought. The horizon space, she said, it is far, but our new ships can get there fast. The aliens do not go there. They think it has no good planets. Ho nodded, his face serious. They are wrong, he said. Our deep scans found 17 planets that humans can live on, good worlds with water and air just waiting for us. The room was quiet, as everyone looked at the map, at the stars that might be their new home, far from alien rules, far from alien fear. How many of our people are ready to move? Jiwoo asked Sang-Min. The fleet commander looked at his screen. 98%, he said. We have been moving people quietly for 3 months. Most colonists are already on ships waiting. The aliens watch the big colonies, but not the small mining stations, not the research posts. One of the other leaders, a woman named Yuna, who was in charge of food and farms, looked worried. Can we grow enough food in this new place, she asked. Will the soil work for our plants? Will the light be right? Daeho pressed a button, and the map changed, showing details of the new worlds. Our science ships have been testing the planets for a year, he said. The soil is good, the light is good, we can grow food, we can build homes, we can live free. June, the science leader, stood up, his eyes bright with excitement. We have new tech ready, he said, technology we kept secret. From the alien ships that can fly without their special space roads, machines that can build cities in weeks, food makers that can feed millions. The aliens always wanted humans to share all their new ideas, but humans had learned to keep some things, hidden things that would help them if they ever needed to leave, if they ever needed to start fresh. The room grew loud with talk. Everyone had questions, everyone had fears, everyone had hopes. Deho let them talk for a while, then raised his hand. For quiet, we have one chance to do this right. He said, we must all leave at the same time. We must take everything of value with us. We must leave nothing that the aliens can use to find us or hurt us. Yan nodded, her face firm. All human tech in alien systems has the shutdown code, she said. When we leave, it all stops working. They lose everything we gave them. They have to start over. Some people in the room looked unhappy at this. It seemed mean to take back gifts. But Deho knew it was needed. The aliens might use human tech to chase them, to attack them. It was safer this way. Jiwoo moved to stand beside Deho. What about aliens who were kind to us? She asked. What about friends like Vix and his people? This was the hard part, the part that kept Deho awake at night. Some aliens had been good to humans, had stood up for them, had helped them. These aliens did not deserve to lose their human friends. We have sent messages to our true friends. Deho said quiet words. Just for those who helped us. They can join us later if they wish, but we cannot wait. We cannot risk the plan outside. The window of the meeting room, the alien space station, turned slowly. Stars shining behind it. Somewhere out there, High Leader Kotu and the others were making their own plans, thinking of new ways to control humans, to limit them, to keep them small and weak. Sangmin looked at his screen, checking the latest reports. The last colony, ships are ready, he said. The fleet is in position. The new homeworlds are marked. The building machines are loaded. Ho stood up tall, looking at each person in the room. These were his people, his team, the ones who would help lead humans to a new life, a free life. We came to the stars with open hands, with hope, he said. We offered friendship. We offered help. We asked only to be treated as equals. The room was quiet. Every eye on Deho as he spoke from his heart. For 200 years we tried. He went on. We followed their rules. We shared our medicine. We helped fight. Their wars we gave, and still they fear us. Still they try to chain us. Jiwoo put her hand on Dae's arm, showing support, showing she agreed. They had their chance. She said they had 200 years to learn, that humans are not a threat, that humans can be friends. Now they will learn what it means to lose us. Deho nodded, once sharp and sure. Send the order, he told Sangmin. Operation Exodus begins now. Sangmin touched his screen, sending the message that would change human history. The message that would start the biggest move any species had ever made, all across alien space. Human ships began to power up human stations, began to shut down human colonies, began their final loading. The great leaving had begun in the meeting room. Screens lit up with reports from everywhere. Human captains checking in, human leaders confirming their people were ready. It was really happening. They were really going to walk away. Taeyeon watched the screens, her job to keep everyone safe, to make sure no alien ships tried to stop them. The Union fleet is quiet, she said. They suspect nothing. They think we are still deciding. They think we will give in like we always do. June? The science leader looked excited, his eyes bright. The new jump drives are all working, he said. We can travel without the alien space roads. We can go where they cannot follow. We can build what they cannot imagine. This was the big secret. The thing humans had made that would change everything. A new way to move through space without the special paths the aliens controlled. This was freedom. This was safety. This was the future. Ho watched the reports come in his face. Calm, but his heart beating fast with hope, with worry, with determination. Everything was moving. Everything was working. The plan was good. The timing was right. We have until morning, he said, before the aliens expect us back at their meeting. Then they will know. Then they will react. Wu checked her own screen. All embassy staff are on board ships. She said all records are wiped, all systems are ready for shutdown Una. The farm leader looked at the map of new worlds, her eyes thoughtful. We can build better on these new worlds. She said farms that work with the land cities that fit the planets. We can do it right this time. That was the hope, that was the dream. Not just to escape the aliens, but to build something better, something new, something that showed what humans could really do when they were free to grow. Daeho looked around the room, at his team, at his friends, at the people who would help lead humanity to its new home. Today we walk away, he said. But tomorrow we build something that will make the galaxy watch. Not in fear, but in wonder. Outside, the window stars shined bright and cold, waiting for humans to reach them, waiting for humans to make them home. The night was passing soon, it would be morning soon, the aliens would know. Soon the galaxy would change forever. Morning came to the great alien meeting hall. Lights brightened slowly to match the fake day cycle that worked for most species. High Leader Kotu entered with his group of helpers, their metal skin catching the light, making rainbow colors on the walls. The big room filled with aliens from all the different worlds, some floating, some crawling, some walking on many legs. They took their seats, making sounds and smells and lights to talk to each other, all of them sure that today the humans would give in, would agree to the rules, would know their place. But the human seat stayed empty. Kotu looked at the empty chairs, his face parts moving in what might be confusion. The humans were always on time, always following the meeting rules. This was new, this was strange. This was wrong. Where are the humans? He asked, his voice making the translator machine speak in the common language. A small green aide moved close to Kotu. We sent messages to their building, she said, but no one answers. No one comes. The room got louder as aliens talked over each other, some angry, some worried, some confused. The humans had never missed a meeting, never broken this rule. This was not normal. Kotu raised his metal arms for quiet. Send guards to the human building, he ordered. Find out what is happening. The green aide left quickly, moving on fast legs through the big doors out into the station, where aliens of all kinds lived and worked together. Guards with special badges followed her toward the human area. Inside the meeting hall, aliens kept talking, kept wondering. Maybe they are making a point, said Vix, the small wet alien who liked humans. Maybe they are showing they are unhappy. A tall blue alien with 4 arms made an angry sound. They are being rude. It said they are, showing no respect for our rules, for our ways. A bird-like alien with bright feathers looked worried, its wings opening and closing with stress. What if something happened to them? It asked. What if they are sick? What if they need help? Before anyone could answer this, the big doors opened and the green aide ran back, in her face showing fear. Her smell telling all who could smell that something was very wrong. The human building is empty, she said, fast and scared. All the humans are gone, all the rooms are empty, all the machines are dark. Kotu stood up, his metal body straight with shock. What do you mean gone? He asked. How can they be gone? The aide made a sad sound. They took everything, she said, their clothes, their tools, their food. Nothing is left, they are just gone. The room was full of noise now. Aliens shouting and singing and glowing with surprise, with fear, with anger. How could humans just leave? How could they just walk away? No one left the Union. No one just disappeared. Kotu tried to make everyone quiet, but the noise kept growing louder, more scared, more angry. Then one of the guards ran into the room. High Leader, he called out. We just got reports from all over. From every place where humans lived. They are all gone. All the colonies, all the stations, all empty. The noise in the room got even louder now as more reports came in from everywhere in alien space. Human ships were gone. Human people were gone. Human tools were gone. It was like they had never been there at all. Vix, the small wet alien, looked more sad than scared. They left because we pushed them away. He said they left because we never trusted them, never treated them as equals. The tall blue alien made a sound like breaking glass. Good, they are gone. It said they were too strange, too fast, too scary. But even as it said this, the lights in the room flickered and went dark for a moment, then came back dimmer than before. What is happening? Kotu asked, A tech alien with many eyes ran into the room holding a screen. All human tech is shutting down. It said everywhere in Union space, the medicine makers, the food growers, the ship parts, all stopping, all going dark. Now real fear spread through the room like a wave. Humans had made so many things for the aliens had fixed. So many problems, had built so many machines. If all those things stopped working, there would be big trouble. Kotu tried to think, tried to understand what was happening. This had never happened before. No species had ever just left the Union. Just walked away, just taken all their things and gone. Then the big screen on the wall lit up by itself, and there was Jiwoo, her face calm, her eyes hard, looking at all the aliens in the room. Greetings to the Galactic Union. She said, her voice clear and strong. We, the people of Earth, wish to inform you that we have withdrawn from your space, from your rules, from your control. Kotu moved closer to the screen, his metal face showing as much shock as it could. Where are you? He asked. Where have all the humans gone? What have you done? Ji Woo looked at him with no fear in her eyes. We have gone where we can live free, she said. Where we can grow and build and learn without your limits. Without your fear, without your rules that always change. The aliens in the room made so many sounds of surprise, of anger, of fear that the air itself seemed to shake with it. No one had ever talked to the Union this way. No one had ever just left. Where is Daeho? Demanded Kotu. Where is your leader, Jiwoo? Almost smiled, but her face stayed serious. Captain Kim is leading our people to our new home, she said. Our new worlds, our new future. You will not find us, you will not follow us, you will not control us again. The blue alien moved to stand by Kotu. You cannot leave the Union, it shouted, its forearms waving with anger. This has never been done, this breaks all tradition. Now Jiwoo did smile, a small tight smile. Yes, she said, that is why you feared us from the first day. Humans do what has never been done. Humans change. What needs changing? Humans find new paths when old ones do not work. Kotu seemed to get smaller, his metal skin less bright. You have taken your technology. He said, you have shut down all the machines, all the tools, all the things you made for us. Jiwoo nodded once. We did not wish to, she said. But we could not risk you using our tech to find us, to hurt us, to force us back. We take only what is ours. We leave you as you were before we came. Vix pushed forward to see the screen better, his wet skin catching the light. Some of us were your friends, he said. Some of us wanted you to stay, to be part of our family of stars. For a moment, Jiwoo's face got softer, her eyes less hard. Those who were true friends know how to reach us, she said. Those who treated us as equals, not as children or dangers. We do not close all doors, just the ones that held us back. Then her face went serious again, as she looked at Kotu, at the Union leaders, at the ones who had pushed humans away with their fear, with their rules, with their limits. We offered our hands in friendship. She said, we shared our best ideas, our helping tools, our hard work. All we asked was to be treated as equals, to have a real voice, to be valued for our gifts. The room was very quiet now, all the aliens watching, listening, feeling the weight of her words. Instead, you feared us, she went on. You saw our speed as wrong, you saw our new ideas as scary. You wanted us small and weak and easy to control. She stood up straight, her eyes moving over all the aliens, seeing them all, remembering them all. We choose another way. She said, we choose freedom. We choose to walk away from your table, from your rules, from your limits. The screen began to get darker. Her face began to fade. Goodbye, she said. May you learn from this. May you think about what you lost when you pushed away those who could have been your greatest friends. Then she was gone. The screen was dark. The room was quiet in the silence. Kotu looked at the empty human chairs, at the place where Earth people should have been sitting, where they had sat for 200 years trying to be part of the Union, trying to fit in. For the first time in thousands of years, the Union had lost a member, not to war, not to death, but to choice. Humans had simply walked away, had simply gone somewhere else, had simply said no. And in that moment, as reports kept coming in of human ships gone, of human tech stopped, of human colonies empty, the aliens began to understand what they had lost, began to feel the first touch of real fear, because no one knew where humans had gone, no one knew what humans would do next. No one knew if humans would ever come back. And most scary of all, no one knew if humans might someday return not as friends, but as something else. The Union ships came out of jump space at the edge of the horizon sector, their engines glowing, their weapons ready, their crews nervous. No one knew what they would find. No one knew what humans might have done in 6 months. Admiral Mogg stood on the bridge of the lead ship, his scales tight against his body with tension, his eyes fixed on the screens that showed what lay ahead, what waited for them, what humans had built. What he saw made him freeze, made his breath stop, made his heart beat too fast. Before the fleet spread a vast network of stations and shipyards connecting multiple star systems, planets showed signs of cities and farms and life, and protecting it all was a human defense fleet. Ships like nothing the Union had ever seen, ships with strange shapes, strange lights, strange power. Impossible, Mogg whispered. No one builds this much in 6 months. No one changes worlds this fast. No one makes such ships. But humans had. Humans had done what no alien thought could be done, had built what no alien thought could be built, had made new worlds, new homes, new lives in the time it took most aliens to just make plans. A young crew member looked up from her screen, her many arms moving with excitement. "Admiral," she said, "the humans are calling us." Mogg straightened his uniform, tried to look strong, tried to hide his shock. "Put them on screen," he ordered, his voice not as firm as he wanted. The big screen on the bridge lit up, and there was Daeho looking calm, looking confident, looking like a man who knew his strength, who knew his power, who knew his worth. "Welcome to free space." Admiral Daeho said, his voice clear and strong. "You have traveled far to find us." Mogg tried to match Daeho's calm, tried to look like the Union fleet was still powerful, was still in control, was still something to fear. "Captain Kim," he said, trying to sound important. "I come with orders from the Galactic Union. You must return to Union space. You must follow Union rules. You must give back Union technology." Daeho almost smiled but kept his face serious. "Look around you, Admiral," he said. "Look at what we have built in 6 months. Look at how we live when we are free, when we make our own choices, when we follow our own path." Mogg did look. Could not help but look. At the huge stations, at the green planets, at the powerful ships, everything new, everything bright, everything showing what humans could do when they had no limits. "This is sedition," he said, his voice weaker than before. "This breaks Union law. This cannot be allowed." Now Daeho did smile, a small, tight smile that did not reach his eyes. "The Union has no power here," he said, "no authority, no control. We left your space. We broke no laws. We simply walked away to build our own future." Behind Daeho appeared a huge ring structure glowing with strange energy, pulsing with power unlike anything Mogg had ever seen. "What is that?" he asked, unable to stop himself, his curiosity stronger than his anger. Daeho looked over his shoulder at the great ring, then back at Mogg. "That is the future," he said simply. "That is the gate. A door that can open anywhere in the galaxy, that needs no fixed points, no jump lanes, no Union-controlled paths." Mogg felt cold, fear run through his body, felt his scales tighten, felt his breath catch. The Union controlled the galaxy through the jump lanes, through the fixed gates that everyone needed to travel between stars. If humans had found another way, had made a new path, had built gates that could go anywhere, then the Union lost its biggest power, its greatest control, its strongest hold on all species. "You lie," he said, but his voice shook. He knew humans did not lie about tech. Knew humans built things other species thought impossible. Ho shook his head. Once a small movement that seemed to carry great weight. "We do not lie," he said. "We do not need to lie. The gate works. It connects any point to any other point. It frees all people from Union control, from Union rules, from Union fear." Mogg looked at his weapons officer, made a small signal with one clawfire warning shots. He said, "Quiet so only bridge crew could hear. Show them we are serious." But the weapons officer looked afraid, her hands not moving, her eyes wide. "Admiral," she said, "the targeting systems are not working. The weapons will not power up. Something is blocking them." Mogg felt more fear, colder, deeper. What do you mean, he asked. How can they block our weapons? The officer touched her screen again and again, trying to make the weapons work, trying to show union, power, trying to threaten the humans. I don't know, sir, she said. There is some kind of field around us, some kind of tech we have never seen. On the screen. Dae-ho watched them, his eyes knowing, his face calm. We did not come here to fight, Admiral, he said. We came here to live free, to build, to grow, to learn. You have a choice now. Behind Dae-ho, more humans appeared. Ji-woo with her serious eyes, Tae-yan with her careful watch, Sang-min with his fleet commander uniform, all of them looking strong, all of them looking sure, all of them looking free. What choice? Mog asked, his voice small now. Seeing that his ships had no power, his weapons had no bite, his threats had no weight, Ho leaned forward, his eyes fixed on Mog. You can fire on us, he said, and learn why the Union was right to fear human skill in war. Mog felt his crew shift around him, felt their fear, felt their doubt. No one wanted to fight these humans. No one wanted to face these ships. No one wanted to test these weapons. Or Dae-ho went, and you can return to the Union with our offer. Hope flickered in Mog's chest, small and weak. What offer? He asked. Dae-ho stood straighter, his face serious but not hard, not angry, not cruel. A new relationship, he said. Not as rulers and ruled, not as controllers, and controlled, but as equals, as partners, as friends. On the bridge, crew members looked at each other with surprise, with wonder, with hope. No species had ever offered this to the Union. No species had ever stood as equal. No species had ever had the power to make such an offer. The Union will never agree, Mog said. But he did not sound sure. Did not sound convinced. Did not sound like he believed his own words. Dae-ho pointed to the great ring, the gate that changed everything. They will, he said. When they understand what this means, when they see that jump lanes no longer matter, when they know that any species can now travel. Freemog looked at the human fleet, at the human worlds, at the human leader, and knew deep in his heart that everything had changed, that the old ways were ending, that a new time was coming. What do you want from us? He asked, his voice quiet with defeat. Dae-ho smiled, a real smile, now warm and true. We want what we always wanted, he said, to be treated as equals, to be valued, for our gifts to share and trade and learn together, to be friends, not enemies, to help, not harm. Ji-woo stepped forward, her face also softer. Now we never wanted to leave, she said. We only wanted respect. We only wanted fairness. We only wanted to be heard. Around the Union fleet, small ships appeared, ships from other alien worlds. Ships with markings from systems that had left the Union, ships carrying beings who had chosen to join humans, who had chosen freedom, who had chosen a new way. Vix appeared on a small screen, his wet skin shining, his eyes bright with happiness. Admiral Mog, he said, these humans build wonders. These humans share freely. These humans welcome friends. They do not fear difference. They honor it. Mog saw the small fleet of alien ships from many worlds, ships from many species, all coming to join humans, all coming to be part of what humans built, all coming to share in human freedom. He looked at his own crew, saw the wonder in their eyes, saw the hope, saw the future, and made his choice. Captain Kim, he said slowly, I believe it is time for new talks. Dae-ho nodded once, a small smile on his face, a light in his eyes. Indeed, Admiral, he said, and this time we meet as equals. Throughout the galaxy, beings of every kind watched as history happened, watched as the Union faced its greatest change, watched as humans changed the rules, not through war, not through force, but by simply walking away and building something better. In the Union Council chamber, Kodu received the message. From Admiral Mog read the words, saw the images, felt the ground shift beneath his metal feet. Humans had not just survived, had not just built, had not just grown. They had changed everything, had made a new way, had opened doors that could not be closed. Somewhere, far away on a new earth under new stars, a human child looked up at the night sky, saw lights moving between worlds, ships coming and going, beings of all kinds living together, working together, building together, and asked her mother, why did we leave? The aliens, why did we walk away? And her mother looked at the stars, at the ships, at the many different beings now coming to visit, now coming to trade, now coming to learn, and said, so they could follow us here, so they could see what friendship really means, so they could learn that fear is less powerful than hope. The galaxy had watched in fear as humanity walked away from the table, but now the galaxy watched in wonder as humanity built a new table, a bigger table, a better table, where all could sit as equals, where all could share as friends, where all could build the future together. 6 months passed like a slow dream for the aliens of the Union. 6 months of trying to fix things that humans had made, 6 months of wondering where humans had gone. 6 months of fear growing in the dark spaces between stars. Kotu sat in his private room, his metal skin less bright than before, his helpers moving around him with worried faces. The Union was having trouble. Big trouble without human tech, without human help. A tall, thin alien named Marn entered the room holding many screens in his 6 hands, his long neck bent with worry. High Leader, he said, 3 more star systems have left the Union. They say they no longer want to follow our rules. Kotu made a sound like stones falling together, a sound that meant anger, that meant fear. Which systems? He asked, his voice low and hard. Marn looked at his screens. The Vex system, the Libu system, and the Tarn system. He said all at the same time, all saying the same words. Kotu stood up fast, his metal body reflecting the dim lights. Those are all systems near the empty space. He said, all systems near where we think humans might have gone. Marn nodded, his long neck moving up and down. Yes, High Leader, he said, and there are rumors these systems have made contact with humans, have made deals with humans, have gotten human tech. This was the new fear, the growing fear that humans had not just gone away but were making friends with other aliens, were sharing their ideas, their tools, their help with systems that left the Union, systems that walked away just like humans had. We must find where humans have gone. Kotu said, his voice like thunder, we must bring them back. We must show everyone in the galaxy that no one leaves the Union. No one breaks our rules. Marn looked worried, his eyes blinking fast. The humans took all their jump gate tech. He said, we cannot follow where they went. We cannot track them. We cannot find them. Kotu moved to the big window that showed the stars, the endless black, the countless lights that were suns and worlds, and places where life grew. Send ships, he ordered. Send our best scouts, our best hunters, find where humans went, find their new home. Marn bowed low, his neck folding like paper. It will be done. High Leader, he said. But it may take time. The galaxy is very big and humans are very clever. In another part of the space station, in a room with water mist in the air for his wet skin, Vix met with other aliens who had been friends with humans, who had worked with humans, who had learned from humans. The Union is getting worse, said a tall tree-like alien named Prol, its bark skin rough with age since humans left. Many things do not work right. Many systems are failing. Vix moved his fins in a sad way. I miss my human friends. He said, they helped my people. They asked nothing in return. They were kinda small, fuzzy alien that looked like a ball of hair with eyes rolled closer to Vix. I got a message, she said in a whisper voice. I know how to find humans. I know where they went. All the aliens looked at her with surprise, with hope, with fear. To know where humans went was dangerous. The Union wanted this secret, wanted to find humans, wanted to force them back. Who told you? Asked Vix, his voice low and careful. The fuzzy alien made her fur change colors, to show she was telling truth. My human friend, the doctor who saved my children. She said she sent a secret code, a hidden map. She says, humans welcome friends. She says humans build amazing things in their new home. The tree alien Prol made his leaves shake with excitement. We should go, he said. We should find humans. We should see what they build when they are free. Vix felt hope grow inside him like a warm light. Yes, he said. We should go to find our friends, to learn from them, to maybe join them far away at the edge of known space, where stars were far apart, where few aliens ever went. A fleet of Union ships moved slow and careful, looking for signs of humans, looking for traces of ships, looking for any hint of where Earth people might have gone. Admiral Mogg stood on the bridge of the biggest ship, his scales dark blue with age, his eyes sharp with purpose. Any signs, he asked the crew who worked at screens and sensors. A young alien with too many arms shook her head. Nothing, Admiral, she said. No signal. No trash. No fuel trails. Humans left no trail at all. Mog made an angry sound deep in his throat. They must have gone somewhere, he said. No one just disappears. No one hides a whole species. Then a different crew member made an excited sound. Admiral, I found something, she called, her voice high with surprise. Mog moved fast to her screen. What is it? He demanded. What did you find? The crew member pointed to her screen, where a small dot blinked slow and steady. It's a beacon. She said, a signal, but very weak, very hidden. Mog felt his heart beat faster with excitement. Can you tell where it comes from? He asked. The crew member touched her screen, making it show more information. From the empty space, she said. From the part of the galaxy. No one uses the dark sector. Mog looked at the map at the empty part of the galaxy where few stars burned, where few planets circled those stars. It was not a good place. Not a rich place. Not a place where most aliens would go. But humans were different. Humans were. Strange humans might go where others would not, might see value. Where others saw nothing, might build homes, where others saw only empty space. Set course for that signal, he ordered, his voice firm with command. We will find humans. We will bring them back. We will show the galaxy that no one walks away from the Union. The ship turned, its engines glowing blue in the darkness, its weapons ready. Its crew excited. The hunt had found its trail. The search had found its target. The Union would find humans, would bring them back, would make them obey the rules far away in that empty sector, that dark part of the galaxy, in a place where humans had gone, where humans had built, where humans had made a new home. Daeho stood on a high tower looking out at the stars, at the new cities, at the ships coming and going. This was Horizon, the new human capital, a space station bigger than any humans had built before, a place of light and life and freedom, orbiting a blue-green world that humans were making. Into a second Earth, Jiwoo walked up to stand beside Daeho, her face serious, her eyes watching the stars. They found the beacon. She said, they are coming. Just like we planned, Daeho nodded once, short and quick. How long? He asked. Jiwoo looked at her, screen checking the numbers, the distances, the speed. 2 weeks, she said, maybe less. They are moving fast, they are eager. Daeho almost smiled but kept his face calm. Let them come. He said, let them see what humans build, when we are free, when we have no limits, when we work together. Around them, the new human world buzzed with life, with work, with building huge ships moving between planets, carrying people and tools, cities growing on 17 new worlds, farms spreading across fertile lands. Science, stations studying everything, all of it built in just 6 months, all of it made without alien limits, alien fear, alien rules. Taeyeon joined them on the tower, her eyes always watching, always careful. The defense fleet is ready, she said. The new weapons are tested, the shields are strong. Daeho looked at her with calm eyes. We do not want war. He said, we want to show, not to fight, to teach, not to hurt. Jiwoo pointed to a large ring being built in space near the station, a huge circle of metal and light and power. The gate is almost done, she said, the thing that will change everything. This was the big secret, the great work, the thing humans had made, that no alien had ever thought of, a new way to move through space without the jump lanes. The Union controlled a door that could open anywhere, a path that could not be blocked. The Union controlled the old gates, the old roads between stars, used that control to keep everyone in line, to make everyone follow rules, to stop anyone from growing too big, too strong, too free. But humans had found another way, had made a new path, had built a gate that needed no fixed points, a door that could open anywhere. When it works, Daeho said, quiet and thoughtful, then everything changes. Then no one needs the Union. Then all people can travel free, can trade, free, can live, free. Jiwoo looked at the stars, her mind far away, thinking of the Union ships coming, thinking of what would happen when they arrived. Will they fight? She asked. Will they try to force us back? Daeho watched the humans working on the Great Ring, the humans building the new cities, the humans flying between new worlds. All of them working together. All of them free. All of them making something new. Something better. They might try, he said, but first they will see. They will see what humans build when we work together, when we have no limits, when we dream big dreams. Around them, the new human world grew and built and worked and lived, showing what was possible when fear did not rule, when rules did not chain, when people could make what they imagined. And somewhere out in the dark, the Union ships came closer, moving toward the human worlds, moving toward the place where Earth people had gone to be free, not knowing what waited, for them not knowing what humans had built, not knowing that everything was about to change forever.